All right, so I'm here with Nathan, who makes $30,000 per month as a closer, and we're gonna map out how he can get to $50,000 per month in the next few months as a closer without changing too much, just higher leverage and adding in a bit more systems. Now, I've trained at this point, I think like 6 or 7 other people to get to $50,000 per month. I'm gonna get Nathan to be the next. I've done it myself. And yes, it's about getting better at sales, but it's also about just knowing the actual systems and getting the right leverage in place. So for Nathan, we had talked about it. Flew him to Arizona, right? We went ahead, got Korean barbecue last night, got you this 30K
amazing
trophy, also gave you this icon of Christ. So, you know, Jesus is king, all the good stuff, right? But when we're talking about getting better at sales, or for him particularly, there's a couple of key areas. Like number one, like that I really noticed was just gonna be the mentality, right? So for him, it was just like actually knowing it's possible, and we'll talk more about the mentality. The next one is just going to be like systems. So there's a lot of areas around his systems that he can really improve and get better at. Okay, the next one I would say for him is just going to be how does he increase his leverage? Okay, now he's the top guy on the team. How does he actually start throwing his weight around to get even more, like higher commissions, everything along those lines? And then last one, and this one is just going to be for him in particular, but maybe it'll help some people out as well, is going to be health. Okay, so first things first, let's talk about mentality. So when I was having a chat with Nathan, I was talking to him like, hey, we hit 30K, like how do we hit the 50? Yes. And the biggest thing that he kept saying is, I don't even know if it's possible, right? So in his head, it's not even possible, so it's like, why even try? And the first thing, in order to hit big numbers, we have to understand that they are achievable, right? Like you can do it. Okay, but I would say number 2, and this is also something what I talked to him about, is nobody is gonna do it for you. If you're gonna hit these crazy numbers, especially when you're on a team, you're already number 1, you're making 20, 30K per month. If you're gonna be the guy who pushes shit to make like 50, 60, 70,000 per month, nobody is going to do it for you, and nobody is going to have the standards which is required for you to make that type of money, right? Like I was asking him certain questions, he's like, I don't know. I'm like, dude, how the fuck do you not know that? Right? Like, and so it's like, you just need to raise your standards of like what is actually going on in the company, and for you to talk to as many people as possible that are just ready to buy, right? So it's like making sure every single person like goes through the process. So step number 1 in terms of mentality, just like actually feel like you can actually do it. Number 2 is we need to raise our standards. So every single day we're showing up the way that we need to make sure we close as many people as we need to. Yeah. I know you did close 1 today, right? So it's like we just need to make that super consistent. Okay. So do you have any questions or anything like deeper you want to go over, and like the mentality you can do it in the standards?
I would say a lot of the standards, the mentality falls into the health category that we'll go over. So we'll see it for then. But yeah, that's the massive thing.
Okay. So next is going to be systems. So this one's probably going to be where the most meat is left, like on the bones right now, is just systems. Because right now you're selling a real estate offer. Okay. What's the show rate?
For me, it's like 50%.
Okay. So our show rate is 50% right now, and even it being 50%, and other closers, what the top show rate closers are like 80% show.
80, yeah.
Right. So it's like we have a gap of like 30%, and those people are so dog shit at sales, right? We're not going to name their names. They're not even close to you in terms of like what you're able to collect. But just from this alone, if we're able to bridge this gap from like 50 to 80% or even 70%, that's an extra
increase in volume.
Yeah, that's an extra $6,000, $7,000, $8,000 each and every month in commissions, like not doing anything different. Okay, so for him in particular, his offer, it's a real estate offer, and they all come through setters. Okay, so right now I asked him like, hey, do you listen to your setters' calls? And the answer was, no, they have a setter manager for that. And again, this comes back to the standards. So it doesn't matter if there is a setter manager or anybody. They are directly impacting the amount of money you can make like as a closer. So you need to have a heavy hand on like the setters, and you need to review their processes, okay? Like review what they're actually doing, and you can also give them feedback as well. Now, we also do other things with setters. That's a bit of the secret sauce that we probably won't be putting out on YouTube because I don't want to get
no one's got to know.
Right? I don't want people to get mad at you. But But it's like, first and foremost, we need to be hyper aware of the process. Because yes, it's important that we are good on our calls, but we want to make people show up to the call as much of a laydown as humanly possible. And right now, a big area of opportunity is just like this setter conversation. Because do you know right now, okay, they go ahead, they talk to a setter. What is that handoff process? What do they watch? And do you know if it's consistent among all the setters?
Yes, they have a very specific SOP. They send over
Okay.
like 2 videos. One of them is more educational. One of them is to sell them. Like it builds us up as an authority.
Okay.
Selling them on the model, and then sending them on the like us, basically, as a teacher of the model.
So it's like the model, and then like basically the person.
Exactly, yeah.
Okay,
With
so
the unique mechanism, and then the person.
Do you know what they're doing right now to just make sure they actually go through that?
That's the thing. A lot of the sets don't go through it.
See, that's an issue.
Like they'll have the confirmations for like the morning of sets. They'll confirm the morning of, like, hey, did you go through the videos, all of that. But then a lot of them don't, and like, oh no, I'll go through it before the call, and then just show up.
Do you know how they're framing that?
No, it's not in a homework manner though. I know that they frame it in the sense of like, hey, you just go through it, it'll help you understand this a lot more.
Like, yeah, go through it, help you understand.
Yeah.
Which again, like, it's not a bad way to frame it, but again, if somebody is like looking into something, like, hey, just go through this, but they're expecting to show up to the sales conversation to get that info.
There's no overarching reason for them to go through it.
Yeah, like there's no reason for them to go through it on their own. So it's like this framing needs to be absolutely airtight. And that's why I'm saying you need to be listening to the setters to understand, like, are they actually framing it properly? This is how I would always frame it, always, right? Now, depending on what you have, like what you have to actually send over to them, you'll switch the wording a little bit. But it's always like, I would book them in, okay, and I would have my setters do this as well. I'll book them in. I'm like, oh, and by the way, we've actually helped like quite a few people in your insert, specific situation. Do you feel like it would be helpful for us to like, send over like how we've helped some other people in that situation?
Interesting.
And they'll say, yes, that would be helpful. And you go, okay, perfect, because you remind me a lot of insert person that we've helped who went from insert starting point to insert, ending point.
Memorize the case studies, yeah.
Right. So then when I send it over to them, like I'm sending them over like something on the model, but I'm taking something and I'm customizing it to him. So it's like for you, like, yeah, dude, you remind me a lot of like Nathan when he first came to me. Like, dude, he was like broke, high school, just getting into sales. And then after, a few months, he was making $30,000 per month. So it's like, do you feel like it'd be helpful if you actually went through that? And they're like, oh yeah, that would be helpful. Because like now it's more custom to, like, it's not like, hey, just go through this shit.
They have a reason to go through it.
Right? And it's like, it's more custom to them. Like we're having the conversation. So that's step one of how we introduce the frame. Okay, how we introduce the actual information. Number two is how do we tie down the information? It's like, okay, and I'll go ahead and I'll send that over like to you. Would you think it'd be best by email? It's like, okay, I'll send it over to you by email. And just because like sometimes email can be finicky, I'm gonna text you after I send it. Do you mind texting me back just to make sure you got it all right? Okay, now we're in communication, right? So again, I'm telling them to do something and then I'm making sure they do it. And if I send it and I text them and they don't text back, I'm sending them another text.
Yeah.
Right, like 2 hours later. Like, hey, did you get my last text? And then the last thing I'm gonna do to frame it is like, and okay, and when do you feel like you'd be able to go over that? Again, it's gonna be like 20 minutes between now and book time, right? Just in case you have any questions, I'm by my computer.
Okay.
And then you get a time frame and say, oh, I think I can go through it tonight. Like, let's just say they're booked, you booked them for like 2 days from now, they can go through it tonight. I'm gonna automate a text for the next morning and saying like, hey, what do you think of what you went over? Now, because they told you that they're gonna go through it, they're more likely to go through it, number one. Number two, now it's less awkward that you're reaching out to them. Because they said they'll go through it, and you're just wanting to check in with them to make sure that they're actually going through it and if they have any questions on it.
Yeah, like the only touch points that the setters have between when they book versus when the call is, like for example, they book 3 days out, only confirmation from those 3 days is the morning of to confirm.
Yeah,
That's
no bueno,
So,
bro.
yeah.
And it's like, it's just a couple automated texts. All you gotta do is set it up, right? So either it can be one of two things. Either you gotta be heavy on these setters to make sure that they have a little bit higher touchy point, or you tell them that don't send them anything, I'll do everything. right? So it's got to be one or the other.
One or the other. Got to be autistic about it either way.
Yeah, like we got to be autistic about it. And it's like, for me, and again, we'll talk about this a little bit like further in leverage. When I would if I'm first coming on an offer, like I'm autistic, nobody touches anything. But then once I'm a proven commodity, then like I'm throwing my weight around and like I'm getting a specific setter. Okay, to make sure like my process is air fucking tight. Because it's like you do not get to the point where you're closing 60, 70, 80% of people by just being really good at sales. No, that is a process thing. Like that is a process thing. If people are showing up like cold as fuck, like I don't care how good you are at sales, you're not closing 80%. It's just not gonna happen. It's just not feasible. Yeah. So it's like the issue is with because you're closing like 30 to 40%, and it's the people who don't close, like how familiar and how much have they gone through?
They're cold as hell.
Yeah,
all they see is like
cold.
One IG post, and that's it. They don't want anything else.
And so like the main issue is, it's not that, hey, you just suck at selling those people. But it's just like maybe we'll review one of your calls and talk about like how you can get better at like selling and like increasing your closing percentage. But there's just an information gap right there. Like the people who show up with the right information, you closed one today, it's pretty straightforward. It's pretty simple, right? Like you're at the point to where if somebody has at least some level of information, like they're closing. Yeah. Okay? So we just got to make sure every single person has that level of information. That's the main focus. Yeah. Okay. And the next thing that we're gonna do on that, and again, like it's just making sure we systematize it out. Like you just like again, like you're autism maxing, right? Like you have to be autistic about this.
Autism masking.
Right. Yeah. So the next thing we just like when it does come to the setters as well, we just need numbers. Okay.
I don't have their data. Like they have their data on a separate tracking sheet. I can see their sets to close all of that, the total sets booked, but I don't have their individual close rates for me.
Yeah, well, it's like we
I have
need
like a
that.
feeling of what it is, like a trend. Like I've told some centers to not book for me because they put like the coldest shit ever.
Yeah, but it's like, here's the issue is we can't go off of feelings and vibes. Like we need cold hard numbers.
Actual data,
because we can also go to our sales manager, the offer owner, whoever it is. And again, like we can show them like, hey, I've done the data, I've ran it. These setters no longer set for me. Or I want this guy as my specific setter, the highest show rate, the highest close rate. I'm the best person on this team. He is only my setter. He only sets for me. Right? Like we can have that conversation when we have the numbers. Now, right now is the best time to actually get the numbers. Because when I had to fucking do this, it was painstakingly like going through close, getting the fucking numbers, like getting your own little data sheet, just bullshit until you can actually hire a VA to do it too. But you got to know how to do it first to train the VA how to do it. Just fucking ridiculous. Now, you can get either Claude Code to hook up to your CRM or get Menace AI to get hooked up to your CRM, and you're just gonna tell it what to do and just like to make a spreadsheet. And then once we have the numbers, that's when we'll have like more of an understanding of like what we're gonna do, who's gonna set for us, okay, who are the best setters, who are the worst setters. Okay, ideally, you just don't even deal with the worst setters, and then you can focus more of your intention on reviewing the best setters and making it even better. Okay.
Yeah.
And it's like ideally, man, if you like get to a point where we just have like one setter, like you should be at the point where you're making 50, 60,000 per month and your setter's making like 10K plus.
Bucks,
yeah. So it's like you can get to that point and it's like they're not gonna want to leave because it's like they're just in a system, they just follow the system, and it's like they're making more than what most closers fucking make.
Yeah.
Right? So it's like that's what we really need to get to in terms of like the systems when it comes to show rate and it comes to indoctrination as well. Okay? Next thing, and I'm gonna fucking lampoon you for this, is referrals.
Oh, I didn't even ask to close today for a referral. And I was thinking about it in my head while I was like, let me just wait.
There is absolutely no reason you should not ask every single sale for a referral after you book them. So the highest likelihood that you're gonna get a referral is at emotional high points. Okay? So in terms of what you sell, this emotional high point is gonna change. The first emotional high point is always at the sale. Because they just bought. That's like the happiest they're gonna be, is when they just bought. Now, the second time that they're gonna see it like, hey, this actually works, okay? Whenever like they get their first win, you need to be the first person they talk to. Okay. Generally speaking, when does it take it for them to actually see, like, I know for real estate, like it might take a while, but it's like, when do they actually see something like, hey, this shit works?
Well, the trend that I've noticed for my closes, I would say like a month or so, because that's when they're setting up like their LLC and all that
Okay, cool.
nature.
So we have like a 30-day check-in.
Yeah.
Okay. So first on the sale, you're like, as soon as you make the sale, you always reaffirm, right? Like, hey, how does it feel to jump on board? Like, you get rid of the nerves, everything. Like, I heard you say it on the call, so nice job, right? Like, so we don't want any fucking chargebacks. And then after we do that, we get them to defend that they just took the big step. Like, hey, like, why did you decide like right now is the best time to take this dive? And with that in mind, what we noticed is people who have a bit of friendly competition, they have somebody else that they know who's also in the program, also looking to like, make more money in real estate, they tend to get better results. So who else do you know that would be looking to get into real estate and then you just go ahead and ask for the referral? I would say maybe like, 1 out of 10 or 1 out of 5 around that range will actually give you a referral on the first one.
First sale? That's crazy.
Okay, so just depending, okay?
Yeah.
I would say for what you sell in particular, it's a very referable product. Very referable product.
Yeah.
A lot of other ones, it's like not as much, but this one in
It's
particular is
interesting
very
as well,
referable.
because we get a lot of referrals who will book in through like ads or like organic, and they'll book in through there.
Yeah.
Right? So I feel like that's a huge missed opportunity for us. Like even as a
100%,
company,
dude.
right? Those referrals are booking in, they should be just coming to us directly.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's like, here's the thing, and again, you don't count these as book calls. They just increase. Like it's just, we're gaming the system. It's just more cash. Or it's just more cash, increased closing percentage. It's just free cash all around. And then we have a 30-day check-in. Now, you'll get more referrals on the 30-day check-in because you asked the first time. So you never just want to do one or the other. You want both, because if you ask on the sale, again,
it's already in their head on the 30 days.
Yeah, it's already going to be in their head. And if you have a referral bonus, tell them.
Yeah, we have a $500 bonus that we set up like a month ago.
Yeah, just tell them. It's like, and by the way, you get a $500 bonus for anybody you send over our way that gets signed up, right? Something like that, just something super simple. And you go ahead and you put it in their head. Now, I know you said like they are going to set up an upsell, right? But that's not set up right now. But just from this alone, okay, without the upsell, because once you guys have that upsell, because it's a 10K product, and then we can upsell to a 30K product, like you should be able to make an additional like 5 to 10 each and every month just from the upsell. Yeah. But just from this alone, like us being able to get the show rate and then higher quality in terms of like making sure like they show up better, and then referrals. Like just the show rate alone, like that should be a 7 to 8 like K bump. Yeah. Just show rate, that's it. Now they're showing up warm, like let's just even say it's going to be pretty conservative and like just an extra 2K. Right, you're going to close an extra 2 deals that you wouldn't have closed because they're just showing up warm. That we're at 40K per month right there. Right, not really changing anything. Then we add referrals. Let's just say we get an extra 2 referrals or 3 referrals a month. That's an extra 3K. We're at 43. Right, so just from that alone.
Without the upsell, yeah.
Without the upsell, without anything like that,
process.
We're at 43 just through pure process. Right, so it's like, let's get better at like the sale and everything along those lines, but let's just get better at the process just to make sure we're making as much money as possible. We're not even talking about follow-up. We're not even talking about no sales, right? I'm sure you guys have some fucking turds that are like fucking salespeople, right? And you wanna go ahead and get after theirs, okay? So, and this is also something you could do if you do have your own setter, or like you get really tight with the setter, is like you go after no sales. Okay, like obviously you want to be following up with yours, but in other people's no sales, if you're closing 40% and like the bottom guy's closing like 15%, like just by math alone, like there's an extra like 25% of the deals that like they're not closing. So it's like you should be able to get an extra, if you're just like, let's just say be conservative, extra 2 deals or so per month, right?
Yeah.
Like just from that alone, and it's like with that, it's just activity. I would try to automate this as much as possible. Okay. So what you need is clear understanding on when a lead becomes free, clear understanding. And as soon as a lead becomes free, set up an automation to where you send a text in the CRM reaching out to them, right? So I think it's for you, after 29 days, on the 30th day, it's free.
Yeah.
So you should have a smart view, okay, in your CRM. That's 30 days, no contact, had a sales call, okay?
So it shows it's free.
And as soon as it pops into that smart view, because like the smart view will update, it sends a text.
Interesting.
Right? Like it automatically puts them in a workflow. You can either do the text blast of like the no sale, like the funding, the one that is in the school group where you just send out like, hey, we have a couple different ways to break it up. Okay, you can have it as simple as like, hey, are you still interested in XYZ outcome? Like you don't need to overcomplicate it. You just need to reach out. I was supposed to build
out a follow-up SOP a long time ago since I hopped on the offer. I just never did. So I just let my setters do it. I just told them to follow up.
Yeah.
So
and it's like, yeah, you can definitely do that.
But it's not optimal. That's the thing.
Yeah, it's not optimal. Like that's the thing. And you can automate this to where you'll get a task, and you'll just like, dude, it'll take you like 10 minutes to do that. And you'll get a couple extra sales per month just doing that. Like just something super simple, right? Like not overcomplicating it. You can go a lot more in depth on the no sale stuff, but like let's just bare bones, because there's a lot more meat on the bones everywhere else. Like that's what I would focus on in terms of like the systems. Okay. So the next thing we want to talk about is leverage. Okay. Now, this is something that you can do, if I can fucking spell. Like this is something that you do once you're like, you're number one on an offer and you want to be able to like make more, okay? So for you right now, you broke the cash collection record. And with that, you got like 12%, okay? It's like 12%, and then you got a bonus, but what, you did a little over 200, okay? So for like 200K, okay, like 12%. Now, right now, we haven't hit like crazy numbers that would just through the systems we can see is possible. So before we start doing that shit, let's make it to where we'd get paid the most for it.
Throw some weight around,
Right, so it's like now we're the number one closer, like, hey, I want to break every single record and I want to keep on breaking my records every single month, but I need like something to strive for. I want some motivation to go ahead and do it. If I hit 250 or if I hit 300, can I get 14%? Okay, 14%, let's just say 250. And again, like just that alone, that's an extra like 6K in commissions. Right, just with that extra 2% that you're able to get, because you just asked. And now that you're the number one and you're showing and you are a proven commodity and you're working hard, they're much more likely to say yes. Especially if you're saying like, this is a number that nobody has ever hit, they don't even know if it's possible yet. We both know it's possible and we both know you're gonna hit it, but they don't know it's possible yet, right? So like, let's ask now. Okay?
Before I hit it,
Yeah, we're number one, we're ahead of everybody, right? And then it's like, let's go ahead and see if we can't hit 14%, okay? So that's one way we throw our weight around like immediately. The next way we're gonna throw our weight around when it does come to this upsell, okay? Like start right now talking about like, hey,
seeding the thing in the head,
I want to be the main one selling this. I know I would knock it out of the park for this because like, here's the thing, dude. Okay, so it's like right now everyone's selling the 10K. If you are one of the few people who has access to the 30K, that is a huge area of opportunity in terms of commissions you'll make, right? Like let's just say they'll only give you 10%, they won't give you any accelerators on it. That's still 3K, right? 3K per sale. And that shit racks up fucking quick, bro. So it's like you start like seeding this. It's like, hey, I want to be the lead on the upsells. I know I'd knock it out of the park on the upsells. Like you just have to push for it. And again, like you being the top closer, they should want to keep the top closer happy. And allowing the top closer to do most of the upsells, number one, that's gonna make the business more money because the top closer is gonna close more. And number two, it's gonna make you more money because, you know, you're fucking closing more, right? Like it's just more money all around, okay? Next is gonna be setters, okay? So we already kind of talked about this, but once we have the numbers, we start throwing our weight around in terms of the setters and the type of leads like you'll accept, okay? And you can show them the number. You're like, hey, I wanna be as efficient as possible. I wanna make the company as much money as possible. Right here, I see this setter and this setter. Their show rate is below average and the close rate that they send over to me is also below average. I don't want them booking on my calendar, okay? I only want these setters. Or you go, hey, what I feel like would really help me is I have one specific setter who is just assigned to me, so that way I can make sure that the process is super tight and super dialed in.
Yeah.
So I can make sure I'm talking to a qualified person
Every slot.
7 hours, 8 hours out of the day. Not talking to a qualified person 3 hours out of the day like I am right now.
Yeah.
If I can talk to twice as many qualified people, I'll bring you twice as many deals. Nothing else you have to change. He is just now under my wing.
That's just more volume at that point, yeah.
Yeah, and like that's
Working the same
literally
hours,
it.
yeah.
Yeah, that's literally it. And it's like, and you are basically just so hands-on with this setter to where like it needs to make it like, the way you got to think about it is you just make it a conveyor belt. It's the same conversation, the same information. Everyone needs to come with like the same data packet in their mind, and they go through the same process every single time. Okay, and if you do that, like that's what makes it likelihood that like 50, 60, 70% of people will close, is when it's a repeatable process. Now, obviously you don't want to be like too autistic and like, you know, have good conversations, you know what I mean? But like the process of them showing up to the call, you want to make it all as streamlined as possible to make sure that the likelihood they're going to close is just going to be as high as possible.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so any question on like the leverage or how we go about that?
No, it's good. Like once I get the leverage in place, then everything else falls in place of
Yeah.
implementing the setters as well.
Yeah. And for you, the last bit, and this is probably, I'm sure if anyone is like just working long hours, like health is going to be a big one that will come up. Okay. But something that we do need to take care of, and that can take a hit, especially if we're working a lot of long hours, is going to be our health.
Yes.
So it's like right now, okay, it's like, you're like, okay, I'll go 1 week and I'm like fucking 100%, right? I wrote it up there on the board, right? 1 week, 100%, hit 84K. And then the next week, because we felt like shit, we hit 35K in cash collected.
Very nice.
Right? Like up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down.
Yeah.
So it's like the issue is like if at like 100%, okay, equals like 85K in cash collected. And then like the next week, now we can only do it like 50%.
That's a difference of like what, 50K right there.
Yeah, dude. It's like we're 34. So we just need to get to the point where we are efficient enough to where we're able to just rev our engine at 85%, right? And collect a good 80K in cash, 70K in cash. Even if we're doing like 70K in cash each week.
That's still more than 30, yeah.
85%, that's 300,
Yeah.
right? That's it.
Math.
You're there, bro.
Yeah.
300, 14%.
Good
No
works.
upsell, right? That's no upsells right there. Adding a couple upsells, like, dude, you're at 50, right? So it's like you need to be thinking about this in terms of we need to make sure we don't rev 100%. So right now you have neck issues, right? I've really dealt with fucking neck issues in my life, and I will say a couple things that we had talked about, and if you guys have neck issues, fucking listen up, is start training your fascia and fix your fucking feet and how you walk.
The exercises, yeah.
This will really help. Like if you just fix your movement, because the way you're walking right now, it's very bow-legged.
Yeah.
Right? And because of that, your muscles aren't working properly and they have to overcompensate, and then it's like leading to like you being extended and then neck issues. So if we just fix the way we walk, number one. Number two, we probably like go out, get a bit of sun, we get a bit more rest. Like how's your fucking sleep right now?
It's not bad. Like I try to prioritize it, but I'll be real, like the weeks I don't do the worst because my sleep is all thrown off. Like on my rest days, I'll crash out or something, like stay up to like 2 a.m. doing dumb shit.
Yeah.
And that's what'll fuck it up.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
and this happens when we are like, we're 100% something. Because like the way you got to think about it, man, like you're like a rubber band, and like you're stretching all the way
Fucking
out.
snaps back, yeah.
And then as soon as you like, okay, let me lean, like relax a little bit, it just fucking snaps back. So just like stretch it out to where it's like, it's not so tight.
Yeah.
To where it's like you have a little bit of wiggle room, to where it's like right now, instead of having to work, 10 to 12 hours a day, 6 to 7 days a week, you're working like 8 to 10 hours a day, 6 days a week. Mm-hmm. Okay, and then you take the time to make sure you go to the gym, we go to the sauna, right? That really helps with the neck. That really helps with inflammation.
Yep.
And you just take the actual, the extra 20 minutes or so, like every 3 days. Do the fascia workouts, work on your feet. Just these little things that really are going to help you add up. And I would say for me, like generally speaking, like what I would do and what I still do, and I did it while you were on the call, is in the middle of the day, I always get some sun.
Yeah.
If I don't get sun, like I just notice my energy levels just like crash a bit, and I'm not as focused, I'm not as sharp, even though like right now, like I fucked my neck last night. I'm running on like 4 hours of sleep. But because I'm on a whole lot of caffeine and I also got some sun today, like I feel pretty good. At least I hope I'm making sense, right? I hope I'm like,
I couldn't hear it enough. Yeah.
I hope I sound intelligent. So it's like sun and just making sure that you go ahead and do that. Now I will say with this, I would be careful becoming superstitious about this shit.
That's the thing, yeah.
Right?
Like I don't get 10 hours of sleep, I'm gonna
yeah,
flop on calls.
you can't be superstitious about it. Like today, again, like I got 4 hours of sleep. Like you still do things like regardless of how you feel, right? But you have to understand that you are a fucking meat sack, bro. Like you have a biological reality, and if we ignore it, then we're only gonna get so far, and we're gonna crash out.
Yeah.
Like for example, when like Yash, when I first came to Scottsdale, like he was like fat, like really fat, right? Like he'll say it too. And I helped him get in shape because like just how I was, and I would take him to the gym, and his income after that, because he was making good money then, but his income after that fucking skyrocketed, even though he started working less. Because he felt better.
He felt better on the calls.
He felt better on calls. And then also like just like, dude, like you're talking
he was
to
more
a fat
confident,
guy, like
yeah.
you're more confident. People respect you more. Now you don't have to worry about that. You're not fat, right? You need to probably put on, you need to put on some weight, probably like 130 pounds. Fucking
That's
victim
a crazy call.
fucking victim weight. But like the point I'm making is if you prioritize your health, you just feel better on calls. And I'm sure like you are, like you can go back and you can review some of your calls. Like, dude, I just felt great.
Yeah.
And it's like those calls always close.
Yeah.
So like, let's just make it to where it's consistently we feel good on those calls, because we can't sacrifice our sun exposure. We can't sacrifice like going to the gym, and we can't sacrifice our sleep.
Yeah.
Okay. Like not over an extended period of time. For a short period of time, like sometimes like that's okay. Shit happens, life happens, right? Like I just had a kid. She was first born. I didn't really get that much sleep, believe it or not. I was also in Vietnam, also not getting a lot of sleep. So it's, but after I got out of that, like again, like just prioritizing.
You readjust, yeah.
Yeah, and then, so it's like for the first week, I didn't get that much sleep, but then after that, readjusting my whole schedule so I can make sure I get sleep. All right. My wife's amazing. She did all the hard work so I could fucking sleep, bro. Yeah,
That's crazy.
Fucking as a dad, the first at least for me, the first 5 months, like
Bro was just sleeping.
like bro, like
Bro was just sleeping.
like I'll just make money and make sure that I'll hire help and you have everything you need. I'm not changing a diaper, like that's for sure.
Fucking crazy.
Okay. Anyway. Any questions on like your health or anything like you feel like you're running into that you would want insight in on like your health or how to perform the best?
I was that's the biggest thing right there is the health, right? Like even on the calls I don't close, just because I don't show up right. Either I show up with like misconceptions to the call, and I'm like I don't want to be there, or just like I just don't want to be there in general. Like I'm just hoping for no shows throughout the day, right?
Yeah.
And it's like those days that I don't make money.
Yeah, so you can get like a break because we're just like we're revving our engine. Also, a big part of this also is going to be food.
And I didn't know that before. Like
you've gotten
I was
better
on
at
this
that.
offer, yeah. Like it's been a lot better now. But even back when I was on a like summer, like on the offer I was on, like for business coaching, like food was a massive part of it.
Yeah. So food is important. I know for me personally, what helps me perform the best in terms of what I eat is I don't eat in the morning. I eat like OMAD like one time a day at night.
Bro, you're crazy.
Now I don't recommend you just to like dive into that.
That'd be fucking crazy.
Yeah, just because like if you're not used to it. But like something you can start to do is maybe some intermittent fasting, right? To where it's like you start, eating around like 12, like, at noon, and then you stop eating at like 8 p.m.
I started at 12 and I stopped at 8?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
It's real simple. And you just eat more during the times you eat. So it's like you're eating the same amount of calories, you're just eating in a condensed window. So what that
I don't want to be lethargic on calls, though. That's the thing.
You get used to it.
Oh, okay.
So actually it would be the opposite. So you get to the point where you're more sharp in the morning because you haven't eaten. Now you can have coffee and shit.
Yeah.
But like that's a real simple thing that you can do. So it's just like coffee and simple, like nothing else in the morning, and you go ahead, you get to work. Maybe you get some sun like first thing in the morning. Right? I know you're in Canada.
No sun
do you guys
there,
have
bro.
the sun there?
No, I don't think so.
No, you guys don't have the sun there. You're in the Arizona heat right now. We're gonna get a lot of sun while you're here. Maybe go to the Grand Canyon with your dad. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, like, and again, you can test it out. Everyone's gonna be a little bit different. You can even test it out to where maybe you start eating at like 9 a.m. and you stop eating at like 3. Right?
Dude,
Like
it's crazy.
You can test it out.
Like I start my calls at 5, then I have follow-ups at 6.
Yeah.
I feel like I'd be dying.
Yeah, like for me, I like to end my like work, like after I work out, with food. Like it's a good, and this is also what we got to think about as well. Like you do need downtime. Right? You need downtime.
Yeah.
So it's like for me, like I'm generally done working by like 5, 6, or sometimes 7, just depending. Like I don't have like such a hard schedule like I used to, like taking calls, because I'm more of in a creative position now. But as soon as I'm done, you have to have a ritual.
Yeah.
So for me, it's always, as soon as I'm done, just get up and go to the gym. Okay? Now, I've noticed for me, like I'm in a very like nice place now, and I was in a nice place in Miami, and when I had a gym that was actually in the apartment complex, going to that gym made me feel worse.
Oh, I know.
The thing is, because I didn't have the activity of getting into my car and driving for 5 minutes.
Interesting. That was a downtime, yeah.
Yeah, so it's like I like it helps me like reset. Like I go, I drive, and then I go into the gym, headphone, and then it's like then I'm done, and then I go about and I get food and whatnot. So it's like I'm not saying you have to do that. Like, dude, you have to drive to a gym. I just
It's like
noticed
find what works for me, yeah.
Yeah, I just noticed for me, if I didn't drive to a gym, like I'm like, whoa, right? Like I didn't have the motivation to do it. But if it's just like, hey, I just have to get in my car and I have to go to the gym, right? Regardless, I'll either just do the sauna or I'll work out, right? But I'm there every day regardless.
Yeah.
7 days a week, regardless, every single day. So you make it a habit, and like that allows me to transition out of like work mode. And then like when I come back, I eat. I mean, my wife right now, she's in Vietnam, but when she's here, it's like then I just chill with my wife and my child, and that's it. We kind of fuck off for like 2 hours and I go to bed.
Yeah.
Like that's pretty much it. But like now that I'm here and like my wife, well, I just talk to her now. Like we FaceTime, like that's what I'll do a lot of the time. But then I'll just like fuck off or either like read something. Like you walked in, there's like so many like theology books over there.
Yeah, looking at, yeah.
Like what I don't like for me personally, and again, you got to test it out, is like mind-numbing content, right? So I know this is on YouTube. I have YouTube blocked on my computer, and like I'll try to actually like read. Like your brain needs downtime. And the issue is for most people is they're constantly distracted. They're always like something like,
That's
playing
what I feel like is
or
it.
dopamine.
Like on my rest days, I'll just be constant, like in that state, like distracted.
Yeah,
and not actually
like no good.
downtime, so
Like
it's not really a
really
rest
what
day.
you should do, like when you go on a walk, don't bring headphones.
The fuck am I supposed to do, bro?
Dude, you just walk. Like what did people do back in the 1800s, bro? They just did shit, dude. Like, you know what I mean? And it's like your brain needs like downtime to reset its dopamine receptors. Because like the issue is like if we're always like revving our dopamine receptors like higher and higher and higher, like we constantly need stimulation. So for example, if and this is a habit that I'm having to break out of, because like I was the same thing, I like always having my headphones in, but I've noticed I'm a lot more clear-minded when I go walk. I don't have my headphones in, because you're teaching yourself that, hey, I need to be doing 2 to 3 things at once to be stimulated. I need to be walking and listening, and maybe like listening to something, and maybe like, messaging people on Instagram while I'm walking to even be stimulated in the first place. So then when it's time to fucking lock in on a sales call.
You're fucking scrolling Instagram,
Yeah, like dude,
I
like
follow myself doing that sometimes. I'll be on calls and scrolling through Instagram.
yeah, like I'll notice it to where it's like, but when I stop doing that, I'm like, hey, I'm just actually giving my brain boring time. I can actually just like sit, and I don't need that extra stimulus.
You can lock in on them, yeah.
Yeah, and it's like I think it's helps me be a better coach, right? Helps me more on like sales calls because like the issue is for me, like dude, sales calls are so fucking boring. I already know how they're always gonna go. It's the same thing every single time. So I do like I got in a very bad habit of just like scrolling
Instagram,
just like scrolling.
That's what I did
like,
on my
calls, computer and shit.
It's a bad habit.
Yeah, it's a bad habit because you're teaching yourself like, hey, I need all this stimuli to get focused.
Yeah.
So not good. And it's also like not good for you're revving your brain, like we're talking about, you're revving your brain on 100. Okay, so it's
There's no downtime,
Yeah, like have a boring break. Like literally have a boring break. And this will allow you to actually think about creative things. So, because when we're talking about a lot of the things that you need to solve right now, it's not as much of the, like on the calls, like, yeah, we'll review one of your calls and focus on like, hey, how can we tighten that process up? But a lot of it is just like, hey, how do I push for more? Like, how do I like get more leverage? And like, those are things, you have to have those ideas, right? And it's like, I can tell you what like I've done and what's worked for me and what's worked for others, but you're the only one who's gonna know for your exact situation what's gonna work the best, right? So I'm like, do this shit. But then when you're also thinking like there's other stuff that's gonna come up, you're like, hey, what if I do this? What if I do this? What if I do this? And you can bounce it off. Yeah, you can bounce it off me or anything along those lines, but it'll at least give you the room. You need the room to think.
Yeah. Okay.
And that's what happens because we're all chronically online. Yes. I know fucking I am, right? Like, we're in online sales. Like, I have to fucking post content all day. You know what I mean? I got to be on Instagram. I got to be DMing people. I refuse to, like, I had a DM setter, fucking fired them. Fired 2 of them, actually, by the way. So I refuse to have a DM setter, so I actually have to DM people.
That's crazy.
So if you DM me on Instagram and I just ignore you, it's just because I couldn't be bothered to reply. No, what probably happened is I read it. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna reply to that, and then I just end up doing a ton of different things. But yeah, if I didn't have to like do that, I wouldn't have Instagram on my phone. Because I also have to post like stories and stuff too. Yeah. Like wins. I gotta post like how you hit 30K per month. I gotta do all that shit. But without that, I wouldn't even have it on my phone. Like I don't have YouTube on my phone. I have like YouTube Studio. So I can see comments and I can respond to it. I wish Instagram had some shit like that, to where it's just Instagram Studio, to where you can never scroll, but you can post and then you can reply to comments. Like, dude, I fucking love it so much. Yeah,
because that's a part of it as well. It's like during no-shows, I was kind of fuck off.
Yeah, bro. Like, no, it's no good. And again, like if you just focus on like, instead of like during no-shows, like you fucking off, like you just do this no-sale stuff.
Easy money.
That's actually like 2 to 5K a month, like literally.
Working the same hours.
Yeah, working the same hours. You just make the hours. Like the thing is, you want to. It's like here's the issue with most, and then we can wrap up. Is most people, when you think about it like we're like a light bulb, right? This is a light bulb. With a light bulb like this, right? And most people, they're just like a dim light bulb that's like on 100% of the time. Oh. Like they're dim and they're just always on.
Yeah.
The issue is when we're like that, again, like we burn out, but we never shine as bright. But if we can just be a light bulb that's on like, we only work 6 to 8 hours a day.
We go 100%.
But we're actually fucking like bright, we're gonna get so much more work done, right? We're just gonna get so much more work done. We're gonna have so much more conversation. So it's like, and then when you're done working, you're done with your 6 to 8 hours, guess what you're doing? You're fucking off. So instead of fucking off during your sales time and working 10 hours or working 12 hours, right? Work 8 hours, work 8 to 10, generally speaking, like I would say that's a sweet spot of actual work time. And then outside of that, just completely fuck off, completely disconnect. Right? Like when I'm sitting and I'm talking to my wife or I'm talking to Pamela, my little daughter, like, dude, I'm not thinking about business. Like, if you hear these conversations, like, dude, I sound like I'm retarded. Like, I'm like screaming at this 5-month-old, Pamela! Like, I'm doing that. Like, I'm turning my brain off. And it's like, I need that to then, when I'm in, like, when I get back into work, I can go harder. right? And then that also gives me a reason to do it for, but like you're 18, so we're not gonna talk about that. But yeah, you need to be able to be brighter, but so you also need to turn off.
Yeah. Okay. That makes sense.
Cool. Well, hopefully this has been helpful, and hopefully I didn't ramble too much at the end. If you want more content like this, leave a comment down below, and I'll see you guys on the next video.